I had questions about seller's credits.
Go for it.
When you do like a seller's credit, when does that money go to the buyer for the specific credit you're giving to, whether it's a carpet credit, a repair credit?
When you say go to the buyer, you mean like at close of escrow, somebody's going to write a check to the buyer? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, is that what it is? Does it go
No.
all the way to the close of escrow? And I mean, how does the seller credit work?
They basically get a credit off the price, except for when you make the credit, if you tie the credit. So if you're saying it's a seller credit for carpet, then it's just coming off the price. If you say that it's a seller credit towards closing costs, then you can take that same credit and apply it to closing costs that the buyer would have otherwise been paying, including buying down interest rates. You see what I mean?
Okay.
But under no circumstances is a lender going, not a real lender, going to allow a buyer to walk away with a check for the $7,000 for the carpet. Does that make sense?
Right. So why don't you just reduce the price instead of doing a seller's credit?
Well, that is what you're doing. Are you seeing it advertised that the seller will provide a credit? Is that what you're seeing?
Yeah.
That is what they're doing. They're reducing the price, but instead of reducing the price, they probably should have reduced the price.
But on the contract, so what you're saying is you're doing extra paperwork because you have to fill out a form that says a seller's credit, right? A repair request or whatever?
You're correct. It is a convoluted process.
Okay.
What they're basically saying is that they're going to sell it for this price. I don't know why they do it that way. The credit's going to come off, which is going to just reduce the purchase price. Nobody's giving them carpet. As long as they have closing costs that they're paying, you could use, instead of doing it for carpet, you could say take that credit and put it towards this.
Yeah, but all of that is like at the very end, at the closing, that's when everything happens.
It is. Again, I just want to make sure, is this something that you're in contract on, or you just see it listing on the MLS?
No, I just see it listed on the MLS, and I know it's becoming very popular. And so if I get into that situation, if I offer that on the listing, I want to know what it's all about before I even write it in there,
Yeah. So there are ways, and the reason I'm dicing this point is, as an agent, I could write the contract to where it comes up differently than that, right? I could say in my contract that I want the sellers to pay for the carpet and do it before I close. Or I could say that I want them to leave money as a holdback in escrow to do the carpet.
Okay,
right?
I get it.
If I was you, I would get her agreed to the list price, negotiate the credit with your client, and then right before you list it, say, hey, you know what? Why don't we'll get more people looking at it if we just lower the price. Do you see what I mean?
Yes.
Because lowering the price will go further.